Hello and welcome to another episode of Focus on Outcomes. Once again, happy to be joined by my co-host, Candice.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you today?
Good. Yourself?
Great. Thank you. We're excited to have Jean Delonget join us from Wisconsin Built. Jean, how are you today?
Excellent.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to spend some time talking to you about what you do at Wisconsin Built and what that organization has done over the years. This really is the Focus on Outcome podcast is really interacting with organizations and the impact that they have on the communities that we live and work in. So we're excited to have you join us. Maybe you could start by telling us a little bit more about Wisconsin Built, kind of who your customers are, how that organization has really come to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Wisconsin Builds, we specialize in delivering like custom architectural woodwork, casework fixtures for commercial environments. We cross like a wide range of industries. So one of the neat things about it is we do collaborate with clients and architects and general contractors for really complex visions and stuff for inside of, like basically what's inside of a Levity here. Everything you guys see from the walls and the interiors from when you walk in. That's kind of like what we specialize in. We also, we deal with a lot of, over the years, we've had a lot of privilege of partnering with some pretty recognizable brands in the world, names that trust us and meet high expectations in what we do. So it's really cool. We do a lot of neat stuff. We have a 220,000 square foot campus not far from here. We have 200 full-time employees of managers, engineers, and craftspeople. And they all support a dedicated staff that what we end up doing is providing a service and craftsmanship for a really good customer service.
Very cool. And you guys do everything from design all the way through manufacturing and installation?
So basically imagine a building as a shell, and then that's what you start with, and then we come in and we just do everything else. So we make it look the way that it does, yeah. So it kind of gives it the character, the ambiance, the style, the feel that you want it to look like. So that's kind of the neat part that we have.
Yeah, wow. And do you want to just tell us a little bit about what you specifically do at Wisconsin Built in your role?
So as an IT administrator, my role is pretty much technology. And I do support for business and making sure that nothing gets in the way of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. I handle infrastructure, cybersecurity systems, and day-to-day IT support. In manufacturing, uptime matters a lot. So reliability and everything, considering like making sure everything's running smoothly, and so that no one notices IT, then that's pretty much a win. If something breaks, my job is to go fix it quickly and then make sure that everyone's moving, ideally before anyone misses their coffee break. So,
yeah.
But you didn't start in IT, right? So
No.
Tell us about that journey. How did that all unfold, and how did you get the propeller hat?
Yeah, so I didn't start in IT. I came from manufacturing engineering environment, working mechanical drafting and design. Over time, I became more interested in how technology worked behind the tools. And Wisconsin Built really encourages kind of learning across those roles. It's kind of neat because it allowed me to blend my engineering mindset and background with IT, but it also pulled me into what realizing IT really is about. It's not really about computers. It's about helping people work better. So technology and computers are kind of a toolbox. We just want to make sure that everybody's really good at what they do with the right tools.
So when you start to think about, like the last few years, what's one way technology's changed how you and your team work? Like you just kind of mentioned, bringing those pieces together is something that you enjoy and find interest in the role. So what's maybe one that's memorable? And
that's a really good question. One of the biggest changes for us has been true screen to machine. We use products like Salad Sim and Cabinet Vision. We go straight from the design process and the screen straight to the machines on the floor. It used to be for years we would have all these just arduous processes that we go through to get something out onto the floor. And now we can literally design 3D parametric modeling programs. We can take everything in real time and then just run it right to the floor. It's really incredible.
That's so interesting. So like you could build out like a whole, cafeteria for a building, and it's just...
You can see it there in real time, yeah, and you can move it around. You can take it apart, it collapses, wow. And then once we see what we like, the programs take care of the rest, and it shoots it right to the floor, and we're ready to go. So it's created a lot of tremendous efficiencies for us, fewer handoffs, fewer errors. Also turnaround times. So a lot of progress really accelerated at our company when Brian Sprinkman, our president, came on board, as well as Tina Walnitz became our director. So together, they brought a strong focus on transparency, teamwork, and continuous process improvement across the company. So technology's become a real conductor for us in the way that we're changing the way that we do things. And it's also helping us as teams work together better to get the full picture, spend less time avoiding problems and things like that. And when leadership and people and technology all line up, things run smoother. Nobody's chasing the floor, looking for hot jobs and trying to get things done, when the reality of it is back in the day, you would kind of hope that the other person knew what it is that you were doing or what the next hand was doing. Now the technology that we're bringing is helping us become so transparent. Everybody in the company can see where everything's at in real time.
Yeah, that's exciting. What are some of the big misconceptions that you run into in IT and specifically in manufacturing?
I think the biggest misconception is people think that IT, you just fix computers. I mean, that's kind of what you hear. But IT plays a huge role in like uptime, security, efficiency, and also scalability. So when you think of like manufacturing equipment, depends on networks and software and data. So IT is just a critical as the machines themselves. But another misconception is that IT slows things down. So like, oh, this is cumbersome. Why do we need all these programs? Why do we need this security? Why do we need that? But our goal is just the opposite. We're not here to say no, we're here to say yes. And here's how we do things the right way.
When you said that, I was thinking about all the MFA authentication
you
have to do to just get into like one thing.
Oh, so, yeah. And we
but
just...
it's important. I know it's important.
We just don't reboot things, although sometimes it does help just to turn the computer off and turn it back on.
Right.
Step one. Troubleshooting.
It's kind of ironic, but that is a really good thing to start with sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been changes at Wisconsin Built, some different ownership over the last couple of years, but it sounds like that new leadership is propelling the organization into a very technology forward thing, which is really cool. Any other changes happening at Wisconsin Built that you'd like to share?
I think for the most part, I did highlight kind of like the bigger core of it. We are implementing some new systems that are coming into play here in the summer, and it's going to, in my opinion, I mean, I've seen a lot of cool stuff over the years. I keep track of technology, and some of the stuff we're using, to me, is a little groundbreaking in the industry, because what it does is it changes the way we do things as a whole, like as a company. And just, I think it's so great, when everybody starts to becoming cohesive because of programs and technology. It really just changes the landscape and the way that people interact, simply just because now, I mean, I embrace that kind of stuff. If I see there's a benefit to it, I'm going to go out of my way and try to help others with it. But there, you have people at the company that aren't sure of it. Like, I don't know if this is going to help us, but you can see down the road what it's doing, and you're like, oh, you guys are going to love this.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, and it gives everybody the ability to like just focus on the elements of your job that are more human and need that different touch, more soft skill based than like allowing the technology to do the other things for you. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, are we ready to move into the unfocused section?
Always.
All right. So we're going to move into the unfocused section where we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Share the first thing that comes to your mind. So Candice, I'll have you get started.
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw a random one in here
because
we had lunch before this for everybody listening, and I learned a fun fact, and I feel like it should be on the pod. So tell us a fun fact about your great-grandmother.
Oh, nice. That was good. So my great-grandmother is Evelyn Venable. She worked in the movie industry when she was younger, in the 30s. She got her Oscar for, she did a film called Death Takes Holiday. And also she was the voiceover, the Blue Fairy in Pinocchio back in the 30s. So her and her husband, Hal Moore, are both Oscar winners. He's a cinematographer, and we have 3 generations in our family that worked in the movie industry. So it was pretty cool.
And is there, for people who are listening today, is there a symbol of some kind maybe that they would recognize that your grandma was involved in? Great-grandma.
Absolutely. For anybody that watches any films that were made by Columbia Pictures, she would be the woman, the statue, holding up the fire and the torch, and she's kind of sitting there with the robe, and it says Columbia. That's her.
Yeah, and what's weird is when I met you, I'm like, something seems familiar.
Oh, come on.
And if you would have been holding that, I would have been able to figure that
That would
out.
have been
totally
funny.
made the
I should have
connection.
walked in like that.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah. I just knew something was.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, so similar
Yeah,
question.
similar question. What's your favorite condiment?
So honey, definitely honey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because it's
actually.
dependable, versatile. It doesn't pretend to be something it's not.
Oh wow,
I
Very
love
good.
it.
Oh, wow. I like the extra detail.
Do you like hot honey?
Yeah, I've tried it. I like it. It's okay.
Yeah, good on pizza.
Yeah, that is really good.
But is that trying to be something it's not? You know?
Right.
That's just being a little more.
Oh, okay. Just bring in the heat. Most impactful advice you've ever received?
Learn how things work, not just how to use them. That applies to technology and to life.
I like that.
I feel it's really important. Like when people don't understand something, just read about it. You know,
Yeah.
there's so many things in my life that I didn't understand, and I just took the time to read about it, and it's like, oh, okay. So the fear is over with once you understand it. So
What's your favorite meal to go out for?
I'm gonna say breakfast because you can make anything you want, and you can't mess it up. And if you do, there's always coffee.
Ooh, I
and
like that.
And there's 2 more meals throughout the day to make up for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm convinced. I was going to, like, when I thought about how I would answer this question, I do that commonly when I put these together. I was like, brunch. Like, everybody goes out for brunch, but it's kind of similar, but I feel sold.
I think my answer would be yes.
All three.
Oh my
They are
gosh,
all my
that's
favorite.
funny.
Okay, so favorite city to vacation in the U.S.?
So at 8,000 feet in the air, it's definitely going to be Lake Tahoe, California. During my junior high school years, I lived there, and it was the best time of my life. We have the most beautiful place on earth right in our own backyard. It's 75 feet crystal clear water when you jump into the lake, and it's one of the deepest lakes in the world. It's incredible. It's almost like serene because when you're up there at that altitude, you're surrounded by mountains, and it enables you to have like some of the best weather. Like even when snow
Interesting.
falls, it falls like a blanket. It's not really intense. It's just really nice, and the lake never freezes too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an interesting fact about it. It has something to do with, I believe, the minerals in the water. So.
Okay. Yeah, that location's on my bucket list. So
Yeah,
I was
highly
all
recommend
intrigued
it.
about all the details. Besides this podcast, of course, what's your favorite podcast to listen to?
Definitely BBC Earth. I love it because you learn so much about the planet, and it never stops. Like you can turn it on, you're just like, what? Like that exists? It's incredible. I love it.
And that's how you knew how deep Lake Tahoe is.
Yes. Yes.
By listening to your favorite podcast.
From the
Yeah.
BBC.
Okay. All right. Fine. I guess.
Lake Tahoe. Okay. All right. Well, Jean, before we wrap things up, where can listeners find more information about Wisconsin Built?
You can go on wisconsinbuilt.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. It's wonderful. We've done some really nice work on our website. If you get a chance to go and take a look at it, you can see all the casework as well as the different projects that we worked on.
Great.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for spending some time with us. It's been great getting to know you a little bit more.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me, guys.
All right.
Thanks for coming.